So I haven't watched it yet, but I finally got my copy of Kung Fu League. And the tagline, if you can see it there, says, Martial Arts Masters Mobilize. Make of that what you will.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
I'm the martial arts film freak, and I just watched Kung Fu League. Kung Fu League is a 2018 film that just came out in the States this past week or so, and it was directed by Jeffrey Lau and stars Vincent Chow as Wong Fei Hung, again for about the 10th time in his career, Andy On as Huo Wanja, Yu Hang To as Ip Man. He played Ip Man in the prequel Ip Man film, The Legend is Born Ip Man, and then Kwok Kwan Chan as Chen Zhen, who he has been playing Bruce Lee on the television show for quite some time now. So Kung Fu League is about a young man who wants to win the heart of this woman that he's known, I guess, since college, and so he calls upon the four masters, because he writes this comic book about the four masters, Chen Zhen, Huo Wanja, Ip Man, and Wong Fei Hung, and he calls to them for help on how to win this girl's heart. And I don't know why. Why would you call Kung Fu masters for love advice? But of course, there is an evil love interest for her. Like, she's not really interested in him, but he's interested in her, and he's evil, so he's gonna do whatever he wants to get her. And so, of course, this evil guy is essentially M. Bison, and he puts together a wushu tournament.
The fighters, they do all the flips, and they shoot the fireballs. It's so cool. Excuse me?
And as fighters fight in this tournament, he scans their abilities, and all this data goes into this armor that he built. And when he wears this armor, he becomes the most knowledgeable, most skilled fighter in the world. It's Tuxedo. He essentially just watched Jackie Chan's Tuxedo. So this is obviously not the most action-packed movie. In fact, it's a comedy. It actually opens on a parody of the opening of The Grand Master in the rain, like when Ip Man's fighting all the guys at night and it's raining and Kung Lee jumps out of the window and he fights Kung Lee. It's a parody of that scene, at least. And I could tell it was definitely going to be a comedy when the guy who's supposed to be Kung Lee jumps out of the window, and when he lands, he just like breaks his ankle. It was actually pretty funny, but told me what I was going to get into. The characters that aren't the Four Masters are not very good. It immediately doesn't try to set up anything about the main protagonist, this young man who calls upon the Masters, and just immediately makes him seem awkward and weird. And if somebody would have told me that he was a little bit crazy, I probably would have believed them. The movie just kept making decisions that made me ask why. Like, this bad guy's putting together this tournament. Well, while we have the Four Masters here, they should enter the tournament. And just... why? Another thing on the main protagonist not really being very likable. Like, at one point he hears the girl that he likes mention something about him being poor, and then he just focuses on that the entirety of the movie. I'm poor. She wants me to have money. I'll have money. And then he's super into wanting to have money. He kind of comes off like a dick. So the characters aren't written very well. The evil people are evil just because they're evil. But also, anything that's not the Four Masters, any of the comedy isn't very funny. there's genuine entertainment and comedy between the Masters. I enjoyed their chemistry together. It was quite fun. It was very meta. It got really meta at points because when the Masters all sort of come to this time, they stumble upon like a movie set, and so immediately this director is like, "I'm pretty sure you're Bruce Lee," and just like I think he even tells Wong Fei Hung, who's being played by Vincent Zhao. He tells him, "I can make you the next Vincent Zhao," and I'm like, "That's a good joke. That's a pretty good joke." I was very confused by why they chose Chen Zhen. I guess just because they wanted a Bruce Lee character, but you've picked 3 people: Ip Man, Huo Wanja, and Wong Fei Hung. All 3 of them are real. And then Chen Zhen is a fictional character, perhaps based on a real guy. But no, he fake. When you think of weird product placement, what do you think of? Like product placement in movies. Like my brain goes to like Reese's Pieces and E.T. or Brad Pitt randomly stopping to get a Pepsi in World War Z. Also Power Rangers. Power Rangers had a Krispy Kreme. This movie did what Power Rangers did to Krispy Kreme. This movie did with McDonald's, which is very random. There's a lot of McDonald's in this movie. There is a genuinely funny joke in the McDonald's where the 4 masters are sitting at a table at McDonald's and they're waiting for a waiter, and they even call like, "Waiter!" And no one shows up. They're at McDonald's. They're even standing in line at one point, and Huo Wanja turns to the rest of them and goes, "Does anyone have any silver?" And they hear the guy in front of them ask for free, "Do you have free Wi-Fi?" And so they get to the front of the line, and they don't know what they're doing. They ask for Wi-Fi. They don't know what's food. It's a decent joke. It's not bad. I liked it. It made me chuckle. So the comedy between the Masters is actually very funny. Everything else, no. The action isn't very good. There's a couple decent bits of choreography, but for the most part, it's a lot of weird CG and random moments. Like at one point, somebody got inflated. I didn't know why. I was very confused at that point. But pretty quickly, with like some of the abilities, I quickly realized this movie is anime, which is fine. I'm okay with movies essentially being anime. If you haven't seen Dragon Tiger Gate, it's a fantastic movie based on a graphic novel, but it's really good. Even though some of the characters have these superpowers, it's a good movie. It's genuinely very good. This wasn't. I don't care that they had powers. I was a bit shocked by it, but it just wasn't good. The action wasn't good. Therefore, I didn't care for when they busted out some powers. It wasn't good. Here's a movie where people also sort of use some powers. Jet Li and Badges of Fury. It's not a very good movie. It's a decent movie, but the action is actually pretty nice in it. And in the end, for no reason whatsoever, Jet Li just randomly does the Shadow Clone Jutsu from Naruto. And I was down for it. It was sweet. But this movie didn't really earn that like Badges of Fury did. It's just not very good action, and then throws a bunch of CG at you, and then throws a bunch of abilities at you, and tries to get away with it, and it doesn't. It's not good. The action isn't. So, not well-written characters or well-written story. Terrible action, but some actually pretty funny jokes pertaining to these 4 characters, while all of the other jokes around them are terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie about, 1 Grandmaster out of 4? That feels rightish, I guess. So yeah, it's not very good, but you know what? Weird part is, I don't not recommend it. I had fun. It's flawed, like really flawed. It's downright bad at a lot of parts, but it made me laugh just enough that, yeah, not everything lands. There's definitely some stuff in there that, even between the masters, that definitely didn't land, but a good chunk of it did. A good chunk of it got a good guffaw out of me. Don't watch it for the action. Don't watch it for the story. Don't watch it for any of the characters that aren't the 4 masters. And you'll have fun. They're good. Their chemistry is great. A lot of their jokes, not all of them, but a lot of their jokes are quite funny. Everything else, just short of trash. This movie baffled me like a lot, like multiple times, just had me looking very confused. So what did you think of Kung Fu League? Which was your favorite character? Which between the four masters was your favorite? I think mine was Huo Wanja, but it's probably also just because I really like Andy On. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon that's I think down there. I'm doing it right down there. Also head over to martialjournal.com for movie reviews, book reviews, and also some articles on martial arts philosophies and workouts. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.